Oh my God. Holy cow. Black bear brisket. We were just getting done closing. We were thinking, what can we do that's just way out there that nobody's really tried, nobody's really wanted to do, and something a little risky. Bald eagle's probably out of it. Grizzly bear, you know, there's some endangered species. We can't do, you know, probably gorilla, or who would want that. So what can we do? Shark, kangaroo, octopus, elk, wild yak cheese, all different kinds of things. The guy from New York said all the chefs in New York are doing it either two ways, raw or fried like this. It's Himalayan yak cheese. I got it out of New York City. When you eat it raw, it's dry, and if you just let it sit in your mouth for about 3 to 4 to 5 seconds, it starts turning creamy like brie. It's the most amazing thing I've ever experienced.
The flavor comparison you got whenever it was just the regular cheese itself and frying it makes so much of a difference. It was incredible.
The really interesting part about that dish, it's so milky and so creamy and so unique. And that darn wheel cost me $101. Can you believe it? We did a mesquite grilled octopus. We grilled it over our wood-burning grill. What I decided to do is kind of sous vide it and put it in a water bath, and we did that for 5 hours. One of the coolest things about that is it kind of breaks down the tissue just enough so that you can lightly grill it, and it will definitely have the right texture. We did a little capers, a little bit of radish that we pickled, and then of course Dr. Dunham always comes through on the produce, so we topped it with a little bit of lettuce and some balsamic vinegar. So that was really, really delicious.
The third course, man, it was very crazy. I love every type of fish I've ever tasted, but that so far has been the best. The way he seared it and then like really oven cooked it. You know, you can do that with most steaks, but I've never heard of it done with fish before, let alone shark. And oh, it was amazing.
What I decided to do with this shark is I grilled it, but I did a jerk seasoning on it first. And so I do my own special kind of jerk seasoning. Of course, I use allspice and cinnamon, and I like to use a little apricot jam in mine. And I let that definitely marinate for at least 24 hours.
Shark is one of those types of fish where it has a very low fat content, meaning that there's not very much room for error as far as like drying out. It can dry out very easily. But this shark that he prepared tonight with the Caribbean mango was very flavorful, very moist. It was fork tender.
That was really, really a gorgeous dish. I was very proud of that. And I'll tell you right now, my staff was really, really excited about that dish. And I think that was the first one gone in the back. You know, when you get something like black bear and you really pay a premium for it, don't season it up. Don't do anything crazy. Just salt and pepper. Let the bear speak for itself. And then the best part about it is I made this really beautiful blueberry sauce. A blueberry barbecue, where I literally just took a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of the bear drippings, and all of that kind of thing, and reduced it down, and just added blueberries. Simple, very easy.
Doing the smoke on it in the sous vide, it just came out super tender and flavorful.
All the food was tender. All the food came out tender. That's what I took away from all. It was all tender and all well done, prepared with everything.
It had a beautiful bark like you would do a regular beef brisket, and it came out. Really
Tastes like beef brisket.
Yeah.
I wanted to do nothing but a plethora of textures, and so we decided to get some kangaroo jerky, and I paired it with a beautiful butterscotch sauce, and we took a little bit of spun sugar and did that, and kind of tried to get that to kind of the caramel type of, bring on some of that bitter that you get from chocolate or that you get from coffee.
So many different flavors on that plate, yet every single one complemented each other, and it just came together fantastically.
Played off each other.
Yeah.
And that's what was great, I think, about all the dishes, is they were all just so cohesive.
Tim was generous enough to let me have the drippings from the black bear brisket, and I did 1 bottle of vodka with the infusion of that, and then I did another one with bacon. And so what we ended up with was a black bear brisket bacon Bloody Mary. It's a lot of bees, but it's also the bee's knees. I mean, it was a really good drink. I think a lot of people would have mass produced the drink that we're making tonight. I think a lot of people would have cut corners, and that's not what we're about at all. I want to go and I want to take the time to do it, and I don't care how long it takes. I want to get it right. And I think that's something you just don't find everywhere anymore.
I think everyone had a really good time. It was awesome. And it was just a really exciting night. Next month, gin dinner. We got to figure out what we're doing with that. I have no idea. What are we going to do, Tommy?
I have no idea.
I don't either. We'll figure it out.